way goes.
What's up, everyone? Another Kayui here. How you guys doing today? Welcome to Noonami. Hope you guys had a great weekend and a great Easter here as a process. So I got my good co-host over here, Sandstorm. Vito's actually a little late. He's actually taking care of some stuff, so he'll be here a little bit shortly. But how you been, Sandstorm?
I'm doing great, doing wonderful, doing awesome. How are you doing?
I'm good. Just another day, getting down to these weather. Now it's actually getting a little warmer, so we're getting close to summer.
Yes, sir.
So things are looking good, man. Looking good. So can't wait. Like I said, son's already 1 year old. He's we're already in the process of getting him to walk now.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, so at the time, during his birthday, with most of my family members, we were saying, or I actually predict that between the start of his birthday and 3 weeks from now, he should be start walking. We're pretty much going to be going on week 3, and he's already getting close to that point.
Okay.
So I think the only thing he needs to do is learn how to pull himself up, basically. Like, he can do it on the bed and everything, like his crib and everything else. But, I mean, we need to put him on the actual floor to see if he can pull himself up and then go from there. So he has, those kind of things.
Okay.
So, yeah. But how's the family on your end, man?
Everything is going good. I keep coughing. Excuse me. Yeah. Baby Sandstorm is doing Baby Sandstorm things, and Sandbox. Wow, man, it's killing me.
You're good, man.
Sandbox is doing all right. It's almost the end of school year, and next week is Sandbox's birthday. So
wow.
Yeah, he'll be spending time with his mom. He'll be turning 15. So I'm right around the corner from having to pay for another car and more insurance and all that other scary stuff that I'm not ready to pay for.
Bro, don't remind me of stuff like that, because I'm not even thinking about that stuff at the moment right now. Like, I haven't got that far yet.
Going from a regular adult to super adult. So
yeah. Man, but other than that, man, yeah. So right now, let's get into our icebreaker right now. So currently, what are you watching, Sandstorm?
So I am watching. I'm still going in on Daima. I think I'm on episode maybe 15. It's been a good show. I've been taking it nice and smooth, like real slow. I've been enjoying it. Not rushing the pace of it. I think it's so far it's been really good. I'm at the part where they have just entered the like the castle, if you would, of whoever's like the lord or the emperor, the demon king right now. I can't remember what his name is. Yeah, so that one's going okay. And I'm also watching. I'm like the last episode in on Devil May Cry. I binge watched maybe 3 or 4 episodes for that. I think it's very interesting because I was as I'm watching, you know, I'm like taking down mental notes of what is being shown in relation to, because like this the premise of this show is pretty much Devil May Cry 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
because of Lady.
yeah. And there's pieces in there that as I'm watching, like I'm like kind of relating things to things. Have you been watching it?
I have not, but I mean, I'm gonna
Okay.
try to get to it. I'm just kind of was gonna wait till it finished before I dive in.
Okay. So I'm not gonna. I won't
Yeah,
give you. I
but I
won't.
mean, but if it's kind of like the same, if it's gonna be like the same as Devil May Cry 3, I'm not really. I mean, you're not gonna spoil it for me too much, but
It is, but it isn't. Like the actual story itself is
Mhm.
different than Devil May Cry 3, but the
Okay.
premise of what is happening in Devil May Cry 3 is basically the same as the show. So
Okay.
there's certain similarities
Mhm.
that they've added. Obviously, one is Mary or Lady,
Yeah.
if you would. They call her Mary really early in the show, so like as opposed to like DMC, you don't really figure out her name until the end. They don't they you don't get to see her iconic weapon. Um,
Rip.
not straight off the bat. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well,
Um,
okay, that's not bad.
so you know in Devil May Cry 3, it's basically, if I'm not mistaken, her dad is like the villain for for the the overall like
Yeah.
villain in DMC
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's 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 kinda in here, but he's not the villain. The Who plays the villain is like a white rabbit, but and you never see the white rabbit, obviously, in DMC. But the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because the white rabbit in this acts very similar to the Jester in DMC 3.
Okay.
So there's a lot of similarities in that regard, in that aspect. Um, and then there's another piece where they kind of like hinted. I don't know if that's going to come for like season 2. If you don't catch on to it, I don't know how you wouldn't, but because even the white rabbit says something and he's like, oh yeah. But yeah, overall I think it's really good. The music is amazing. They picked a great selection for the music piece. um there is some pieces in the show where I'm like, oh, he's gonna get this weapon, and you see him use it, but it never, like, he doesn't attach himself to the weapon like he would like in DMC3. So
Oh, okay.
um but outside of that, I think it's really well written. It's really well, the action and the pacing and stuff is really well done. We found out, was it last week, that the guy who plays the Black Ranger, I always forget what his name is, Chad something or other. Yeah, he plays Dante. And yeah, he does a very good job of voice acting Dante. There are some other pieces in here that like like show up, and I'm like, this is a little twist on this overall thing that like wasn't really a thing, but they've made it a thing. And I'm not mad at it. I think it's kind of a cool twist.
Okay.
So yeah, so Devil May Cry 3, and then the last piece, the last show that I've been watching is Fire Force.
Oh, there we go.
And I have to be honest with you, we're on like, tomorrow's about to be episode 5, I think.
Let me see. Actually, today is episode 5. Actually.
Okay, so today is episode 5, and I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like Fire Force has kind of dropped down, and like in tiers for me. So prior to this, and prior to like all the shows that we've gotten in between like season 1 and now, it was up there. It was an A tier. It was an A tier show for me. Now I feel like I would even say it was like sub S class, like an A plus tier show.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel like it's moved kind of down to a A minus B plus.
Oh,
Off
wow.
of these 4 episodes. And what's crazy is these last 4 episodes have been like action episodes. But the reason why I say it feels like it's moved down for me
Mm-hmm.
is because more so of the pacing. Like I'm not expecting like visuals on par with Solo Leveling
Mm-hmm.
or Demon Slayer or uh, Mashal, any of these shows that has came out in between. I mean, should they have that level of quality? Eh. But the problem is like so the so not to give too much away, but there's basically they basically show up and like a situation from the last season like starts immediately in this season, and I'm like, okay, I'm all there for it. Let's go. We've been waiting for this time. And so they kind of do like a little setup. So you're like, okay, so this is about to be serious. And they start one fight, and you're like, okay, I didn't expect this to be like now, but we getting into it now, I guess. And then they've started into another fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is they have these 2 fights going, but they don't like give them equal time together. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? And the both of the fights are like maybe 100 yards from each other, maybe more like 50 yards from each other. So they're not like it's not like one is happening way on the other side of some place while the other one's happening. And so they focus on this one fight, and you're kind of invested. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, but like, what's happening on the other side? And every time they show the other fight, it's just them talking like, why are you blah 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 da da da, and then you get no response, and then the villain looks back at the other fight, and then you go back into the other fight, and I'm like, why is there no fighting? Why are you not fighting? Like, y'all spent this whole time.
Why are you not fighting? Why are you not fighting?
Yeah,
What's going
like,
on here? Why are you not fighting?
and it's supposed to be in a sense of urgency. It's not like they
Mm-hmm.
showed up and it was like, all right, let's go whoop these fools' butts.
Good
It's like a
Lord.
sense of like, yo, we're running out of time. We need to hurry up and do this. And like I said, they do it like 4 times where they switch over to the other fight, and it's like, what's wrong with you? Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, you could have like, I don't know, y'all could have created a diversion, saved
Something.
demands, like something could have happened in between this time, but instead y'all allowing this man to sit. What do they call it these days? Aura farming, standing there watching the other fight, and ain't nothing going on. Like,
Good
so
Lord.
yeah, so and then at the end of the last episode, the thing that they didn't want looks like it's about to happen, and you're like, we waited 4 episodes
Just for this.
just for this, because you spent your whole time talking. You could have been kicking, could have been throwing hands, but instead you asking questions.
Oh
And
man.
so for that reason, like, yeah, Fire Force is unless something changes, unless something drastic happens within the next few episodes or season or whatever, like it moved down for me just off the pacing alone. Cause
Oh.
and I have a feeling something's going to happen where they're going to be like, pull back, everybody run, and you be like, dang. So I spent 5 episodes watching a fight that was like pointless.
Yep.
Why?
Sound about right. Sound
So
about right. Good
yeah,
Lord.
but that's all I'm watching so far. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, Vito, not much,
What's
man.
going
Just
on?
made in time. Got you on the icebreaker, man. So,
All right, all
so
right.
are you currently watching my guy?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But definitely, no, I definitely did finish up
Okay.
solo leveling because I took my time on that or whatever. Started My Hero
Okay.
Vigilantes. Um, just into the first episode, didn't get too far even in that because I was trying to do other stuff and end up end up saying, let me catch up to that, or let me get on that when my full divided attention is on it. So I'm gonna probably catch up on that. I think they're what, 4 episodes in.
Yeah,
That
4
this weekend
episodes.
or whatever. So but other than that, really nothing. I've been basically kind of been on my game tip. You know what I'm saying? There's some games right now that's just basically kind of been taking that free time. But shout out to Marshall. Shout out to Marshall
Hmm.
today. Since he's a copycat of Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? We gotta definitely shout him out today because it's Harry Potter Day. National
Yep.
Harry Potter Day. So shout out to Marshall for being a
Jeez.
a Harry Potter lookalike. You know what I'm saying? Or a Harry Potter wannabe. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? But definitely, that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
As for me right now, so
Oh,
yeah.
son.
But as for me right now, I'm still only focused on Pacific ones right now. The A rank party that was actually from the winter season is still going. I'm definitely checking out where we're at now because I have read a little bit of the manga and I'm now looking at the comparison. I was like, okay, this is like where I'm at right now, and it got like to an action scene. I was like, before we get into the next episode for tomorrow, what's up, right, Dark Rider? I got that up and running.
What up, Dark Sunrise? Appreciate you coming through,
Uh,
bro.
yep. So yeah, yeah. So it's gotten interesting in the fight scene because I was 3 episodes behind. I was like, okay, let me kind of catch up on this. What's going on? Like, oh, this got different. So this is something new because I got a whole. Now I gotta like, okay, how's this working out here? So I'm just kind of like gonna have to play this by just. I'm enjoying it for what it is right now and how the story is going and the pacing of it. Although it's kind of got interesting for that one. So there, that one I'm watching. The Ulterior Maestro, I'm actually enjoying because it's literally hilarious. I'm like reading it twice in a row, and know the situations happen, and then seeing it in anime form is like. I don't care how much stuff y'all miss out or take out of the whole thing. The whole point of the matter is that you have this one character who literally is like the most powerful person in the world who basically downplayed himself completely through the whole entire series. And everybody's like, "Well, we're gonna make you be the maestro. But we're not gonna keep it a secret from you because you keep downplaying yourself. So you're really gonna be the maestro. You're gonna do this." Like the previous few episodes, they like I forgot the character's name. She basically tells like the main character like, "Oh yeah, I need you to build a house for the Italian maestro." And and I just no, give me other like, oh, just give me these materials. All of a sudden, he builds it in 3 days when usually it takes about like years to build. And I was like, and then you end up finding like he builds like this ultimate mansion, basically like with basements with like swimming pools, jacuzzis, bedroom, like the works. I'm like, bro, where do you get all these like tool? Where you get all this like material from? Where this came from? And it's like, and then he puts like all these different like people trying to curse certain people and stuff like that, and then it's like, oh yeah, well there ain't gonna be no curse happening here because the whole house is actually reflects the every curse that comes in just reflect back to the person who put the curse on. I'm like, wait, what? Like when did that happen? When did you put that in play? So yeah, every single episode has been very hilarious, and I'm actually enjoyed it. That one, and I think the last one I'm actually checking out is still watching the brilliant healer, living in the shadows. So I'm enjoying that as well. That's actually a really good series as well to check out. So, but anything else I'm watching like Vigilante and stuff like that, I'm kind of putting them on hold because I'm kind of want them to get to their 5th episodes. There's a good amount of stuff that's shown up. Yeah, so like a good amount of other ones are actually on the list that I haven't checked out. Like that rock anime that I showed in the trailer last time, I haven't checked out. We just got his 5th episode, so I have to check that out. There's a bunch of stuff, and also Gogo season 2 for the Gogo Loser Rangers is actually out. We're already 4 episodes in, or going ready to go in 4 episodes in. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been watching. Besides, still on the grind of Xenoblade.
Yeah, I feel that. It's hard to stay away from that game.
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of like drift over because Vito did introduce me to something else, but I want to kind of see gameplay real quick before I buy into it. which I know I'm gonna get, but I just wanted to kind of like make sure I want to get it before I actually really spend money on. So, but yeah, but other than that, guys, any of you guys actually have any icebreakers? So if anybody's watching, please leave in the comment below. So let's get into a little bit of news here, because I did find something kind of interesting. A couple of things here. So let's see what we got. So as we know, Overwatch is actually has basically a collaboration with Gundam Wing right now as we speak. So I was very surprised. I was like, as much as Overwatch is like a hit and miss situation, but I mean, you're doing a collab with a Gundam Wing, so I'm like, I can't get mad with this. I can't. But I just kind of curious. Now, if it was like Fortnite, you know, people be on that like right on right. Pause. Like seriously.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
Fortnite is doing the Galaxy thing too, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah,
that was very interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. And because I think like when I seen the trailer for at least for that, it looked like they finally put Darth Jar Jar in there, and I'm like, yo, that's wild. Like,
yeah, I was like, oh boy,
y'all gonna cater to that? That's wild.
So, yeah. So, all right. Second news we have here.
Hey, Sandstone, your mic is kind of weird.
Yeah, it is too. I forgot to mention that.
Is it going in or out?
Yep.
Well, it kind of sounds like you're robotic, and then like it goes fast. Like,
yeah.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead. I might have to catch up to y'all.
All right. Let's see. So, and let's see. The next news I have, which is actually I got two baseball news here, which is kind of interesting for anime. So we have Sailor Moon opening plays at baseball star Shogun. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to pronounce this, but Shogun's hosting this walk up song. So basically for the LA LA Dodgers LA Dodgers DH went from stand user to Sailor Sentai for one home run as a dad. So that's interesting. I was like, wow. And they actually have a video for that. So apparently, let's see, baseball stars walks up to home plate to the Sailor Moon anime opening theme song, Moonlight Destination. So basically, when he came up to the plate, he basically had Sailor Moon play in the background, the opening song.
Okay.
I was like, hey, nothing wrong with that.
Nah.
So that was interesting.
From a real fight.
Yep. And then the other baseball one I see, Luffy to throw first pitch on Boston Red Sox X One Piece theme day. So let's see. Celebration pitch is a first in One Piece 25 plus year history. The Boston Red Sox baseball team announced on Monday that One Piece lead character Monkey D. Luffy will throw a ceremonial first. Yeah, ceremonial. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
You got it.
Yes, thank you. Sorry. It's like a tongue twister in my brain. First pitch for the One Piece theme day game.
Interesting.
That's gonna be tomorrow.
Okay.
So we got one of those there. So let's see what else we got here. So for anybody who are a big fan who likes Inuyasha, for you guys know, Pluto TV launched High Dive, the comedy and Inuyasha anime movies kids anime channel. So pretty much we have a bunch of the animators basically on Pluto TV. Inuyasha's on the list. Pop Team Epic, Ghost Stories. Oh yeah, it's Inuyasha the Final Act. What else on here? There's Shippuden, the original Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, Lupin the Third, Beyblade's on here. And I think they actually got One Piece in here as well. So there's a good amount of animes that if you guys don't have like Crunchyroll or anything like that, pretty much you can go to Pluto TV and kind of watch them there.
Okay.
So for anybody, let's see. I'm going to say that one for last. I think Vito may like this one. I'll save this one for last. All right. I'm going to do this as quickly as possible because we're going to be having a long conversation for a topic. All right. So for anybody who have or have not seen or heard of Detective Conan, pretty much one of my favorite animes, detective animes, even though it's one of the longer runnings next to One Piece. It is still going. It is still have not been concluded. I don't know why. It should have been, but that's why it's still going.
I think
that's why we have all these movies.
I think it's equally as wild that you just said that it is.
Yeah.
Next to One Piece. Like,
One Piece.
And Detective Conan has been out longer than One Piece, but that's wild.
Yeah. So basically, we have here the 2025 Detective Conan film stay at number 1. Live action, your boy. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, your boy Konji. What is that one anime? The one dude that's like from the feudal era who basically trying to help this girl who tried to be a singer or whatever from the feudal era. I forgot the name it was called, but it's actually his name's in here. So basically it's just the film actually debut number 1, and then the live action your boy Komoni debuted at number 2. So Case Closed has always been staying on top of their movies, basically, because I forget how many they have total. I think we're like at 25. I think.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's still going, and it's like y'all can do so much with him in so many ways, but at the end of the day, he still hadn't got back to being his normal size. Pause.
That's crazy.
Like seriously, he like I think the last thing I remember I was watching is like I think it was like I can't remember what episode, like 100 and something, but it was weird because like the episode was where we get introduced to his new character who actually makes the poison to basically to shrink his body, and they were trying to, and then they end up finding out how to basically make him back to being an adult for temporarily, which is very interesting. For any of you guys don't know, I believe it was actually vodka is actually the key that you make him go back to being an adult for temporarily, which is very odd.
Right.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know if they actually found any new ways yet, because like I said, that was the last thing I remember, and that was like so far back. So far back. But yeah, so it's actually interesting to see a live action movie get second place, which I've seen the anime and it's hilarious, but I mean I never knew they had a live action, but the Detective Conan still stays at number 1. So alright. And last but not least for news, I have this. A new Godzilla manga reveals Godzilla Galaxy Odyssey title. Yes, we have a new Godzilla manga out and running.
Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all this side note? Like, it has nothing to do with Godzilla. Well, it does, but it doesn't at the same time. Hey, did y'all hear that James Cameron was I believe he's about to come out with a film called Ghost of Hiroshima?
I heard about that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, that kind of threw me off. I was like, oh, snap, that's crazy. But of course, the reason why I even connect that is because Godzilla was made because of Hiroshima. You know what I'm saying? The bombings on
Right.
Hiroshima and stuff. But I was thinking about that. I was like, dang, that would be to be honest, that would be a dope name for a Godzilla movie.
Exactly.
Ghost of Hiroshima. Like, that would be hard.
Seriously. So yeah, I was literally like, I was surprised when I seen it. I was like, oh, so apparently the manga is gonna be released May 20th, close to the end of May, the 27th. Yep.
27.
So market.
So it's really ready to go. It's just, they're trying to
Yeah, exactly.
right now.
So I mean, the cover art looks nice too. I'm not gonna lie. So, but yeah. But do you guys have any news as well? You want to throw in?
Anime news.
Really? I can't find it.
Not that I can think of.
All right. Well,
Dang, Sandstorm, that is really.
yeah, seriously.
Am I that far behind?
It's not behind. It's like staticky and it's like it's weird. It's like I don't know how to explain it. Like pull it up on your computer real quick. Like pull up the episode and then like.
Does it sound better now?
Just,
It's. I can tell you what it is. It's because I have the fan running on low, so it's trying to cancel out the noise from the fan.
Oh, there it is.
So
there it is.
it's like doubling it. Like because the fan is constant, it's like trying to double it. It's back. It's back to the way it was.
Yep.
Yeah. It's weird. Like I don't know how to really like. I would say it's like a connection situation.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah, because I'm hardwired into my internet right now. Or put it this way, I'm connected to the Ethernet.
Wow.
It's kind of like me when you know how sometimes my mic
In and out.
kind of like a millisecond, like my audio and my video, it doesn't match sometimes. That's what yours is doing. Except it's staticky, like when the audio comes back in.
Okay.
Instead of clear.
I'll speak on the minimum, and then when we get to like the main part, hopefully it doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, but if you guys actually like any of these news topics, or you find anything that actually catch your attention, please leave a comment down below. I'll actually have the links and basically the timestamps. You guys can check it out. But other than that, guys, let's get into our main topic. So I hope you got your all lists. It's gonna be fun. So our topic today is going to be basically on what video games do you actually wish to see as anime. So we pretty much have 5 on the list. Kind of roll with the punches on this, and kind of give it not as like a super detailed reason why, but kind of like give some type of little something. So, well, yeah. So other than that, Vita, you want to go first, my friend? All right. How about you? All right, so what you got?
Do you want me to
go through the static out the work?
Do you
first?
Want me to?
Yeah.
I didn't even finish that. Do you want me to go through my whole list, or do you want me to go one at a time?
I say one at a time would be fine.
Okay.
The audio is so crazy, dog. You were like, you want me to get? I didn't even finish.
Exactly. Oh man.
Okay. Well, hopefully y'all can keep up with what I'm saying. So, the first one on my list is Kingdom Hearts. I think it would make for a really good anime, especially when the cutscenes are set up so that you get both sides, like both the protagonist and the antagonist sides. You can see what's happening in different planets. Also, I think, especially in Kingdom Hearts 2, where you get the Organization 13, I think that makes for a good piece, a good arc, if you would, for the show.
Okay. Makes sense. You got something? You want me to go?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we doing one by one? Oh, okay. Gears of War.
Okay. So no reason, just Gears of War, just that's it.
Yep. The reason why is because I mean, there's really if you play Gears, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it just it just makes perfect sense. Like it's no real like story besides you fighting like these alien invasions and stuff like that. So I feel like an anime will actually be able to give us a better story. Like they'll probably start thinking a little more as far as like what the heck is really going on. You know what I'm saying? And then they can also, I guess, in a sense, they can do what
Okay.
Cyberpunk did on
Makes
Netflix and
sense.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of give us more of like maybe like a side story, because I don't think that story on Netflix was like the actual story for the game.
I don't think so.
So so if they give us something like that with Gears of War, that would kind of like, I think that would bring like more oomph on Gears of War, and probably get them to stop slow dragging.
Makes sense. So Dark Sun basically says Fire Force. I mean, Fire Emblem. I think the story is good. I just don't want to play the game. I mean, he has a point. There are certain ones I'm like, I agree with, and certain ones I'm like, okay, I'm just curious. I have to agree with that. All right, me.
That makes sense though too. Like Fire Force is definitely.
Yeah, see, like I did this. I was like Fire Emblem. Fire
I'm
Emblem.
about to say Fire. Fire Emblem is like definitely, in a sense, it's already a cheat code.
Pretty much.
It's already an anime type. You know what I mean? Like it's already there. You know what I mean? That's almost like saying Dragon Quest. You know what I'm saying? Like it's already there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense for it to, you know what I'm saying, for them to make it. And it's like kind of, it makes you wonder why haven't you made it already? Like that seemed like that should have came back.
Yeah, seriously. But again, especially when we have the newer ones with like Engage and the three houses. So it's like, I feel like Three Houses.
This would be the perfect time.
Yeah, Three Houses. I could definitely see it more as an anime because of like the whole concept of it. Although we could think of like already the concept of like using the bit of Harry Potter just as a reference, but the reality is more just because of the houses. That's all. So I can definitely see it in that form. So.
You know what's crazy? Like. Well, no, that's gonna be one of my. I don't want to say it yet, but it kind of it'll kind of piggyback off the
exactly. All right, so mine's actually for mine's I actually have Xenoblade on the list. We can use either the latest one we have is X, or we can use number 3.
No, the latest one is that is a remake, but I was like, the latest one is 3.
I was saying, like, you can use X or 3 because with 2, I feel like it. I understand it, but I feel like 3 has more of the story development and everything else because there's so much to it. And X, because of the fact of, like, we already know, we're kind of like playing a story as we speak and seeing it from our own perspective. So, but I mean, that's because
I know a lot of people that'll say like 2 and 1 might have been a lot more flushed out. Well, okay, 2 as far as like flushed out on the story and stuff like that. And really, I would have said 2 and 1, but because I I've been hearing like 3 is okay, but there's like gripes on it.
Yeah,
like it's weird.
I heard that too.
But then there's like people saying that of course X is like the better story, and I'm like, honestly, I don't think it is. Honestly, I think that's it's serving its purpose for it is, and it's like an MMO type thing. So it's kind of like it serves its purpose, but I think the better stories are definitely coming out of like 2 and 1, and possibly 3. But I just want to, you know what I'm saying? It's interesting to hear people's takes. So like hearing your take on like 3 and stuff, and that actually can be the basis of a anime and stuff, because actually each Xenoblade can be its own, like, I don't want to say season, but it can be its own, like,
it's like Gundam.
Yeah.
It's
like Gundam.
It's like Gundam where all of the stuff is all relevant and they actually are all connected, but all of them have their very separate stories. Actually, any Xeno title can be a anime in itself, anywhere from Xenogears to the Xenosagas to the Xenoblades.
Yep.
2 is probably the best when it comes to fan service. Very much anime looking characters. 1 plays very well as a Bleach style, or like a Naruto style, something that's like long and extended out, if you would. And 3 plays very much like your Senkais. So your like your Power Rangers, if you would. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The power of friendship will get us through. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I get it now.
So they all have their you just, if you were going to do something like that as far as anime, they would have to have their own art style. You know what I'm saying? So they would all have their own identity. So it would look like they weren't together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Kind of like your Yu-Gi-Ohs. You know what I'm saying? And like from your original Yu-Gi-Oh to GX to 5Ds, like all of those are relevant in Yu-Gi-Oh, but like 5Ds has nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh and Yu-Gi-Oh GX, where GX is like its own identity, but Yu-Gi is in there, and all the other Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's like that. Like treat it like it's different, but it's the same.
Makes sense. Yeah. All right, Sandstorm, what's your second one?
So my second one is actually F-Zero. And the reason why I say this is actually mostly due to F-Zero GX,
Okay.
which if you guys end up getting a Switch 2 and playing the GameCube version, actually that's the only version, but playing it on GameCube, that it's a really well done game, and there's a story to it where you actually play as Captain Falcon. So you kind of get the background of like who Captain Falcon is, because he's actually a bounty hunter on top of racing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would make for a really good anime show if he's got to hunt down, you know, this person and this person, you know, on top of racing, and they show up in the races on some Sebulba type stuff. You know what I mean? Like it overall just makes for a really compelling show, especially when you start getting into like the other characters and stuff.
Okay. Makes sense. It definitely is like playing that game. I haven't played that in a minute.
It's classic.
Yeah. Vito, what you got for your second one?
So, let me see. Bit of a really, it's a piggyback off of Gears of War, but Space Marines actually Warhammer.
Okay.
40K.
Okay.
Reason why is the same reason why
Gears.
Like basically well, first and foremost, like if you play Warhammer and stuff like that, like the actual figure, not the video game, but the actual like the figurines and stuff like that, it has a very in-depth lore story that can definitely go good into an anime. You know what I'm saying? Something that is almost I don't even know how to put it, but I'm about to think of what it's kind of like. But anyway, but you have like the different fractions of Space Marines. You know what I'm saying? You can go into like different stories within those, because it's not just the blue joints. It's all types of different. It's different dang, how can I put this without like really giving away the story? Because it's a very interesting story. So okay, so there's a space
Mhm.
emperor, right? And he has sons, he has factions and stuff like that, different, almost like different branches of his own military type situation. And in each of those, they have like their hierarchy, their commander of that faction type thing, or their leader type thing, or whatever. And within those stories of that, like the story is crazy, and seeing it in anime form like will be insane, especially like the story of the emperor, the space emperor. Like he's his body's technically dead, but his brain is still like alive. Like it's weird as heck, but I would love to see that animated. Like it's the world of 40K is just it's big, and you know what I mean. Like I think anime can do it justice
All right.
more than a movie can, because I know they're working on a movie or something like that with um, Henry Cavill or something like that. Hopefully, but even with that, I'm like, and it's gonna be focused on one faction of Space Marines when there's other factions that's like love like a
Mhm.
bug, like the backgrounds, the different, you know what I'm saying? Like it's in depth. It's in depth. It goes deep, and I think anime could definitely do that justice.
All right. I actually definitely can see that. Especially when it's like stuff like that. It's always. I think anime forms actually makes it a lot easier to do when it comes to a movie because of the fact of like with so much with animes you can do so much detail in a matter of like not that much time versus with a movie it's like you gotta have all the equipment the key like all the equipment and everything else that need to come with it in order to do it to give it justice.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I do agree with you with that one.
You need more time really in movies, and you
Yep.
don't have it. You know what I'm saying? You got to chop it down, like especially like big storylines, like a
Hmm.
40K or something like that. Like it's a movie, not even a 6 hour movie can do it
Exactly.
justice. Like so anime will definitely, like you said, it would like it's easier to draw it. You know what I'm saying? And get that animated, opposed to spending millions upon millions of trying to get special effects and
Yep.
this actor and that actor and prosthetics and you know what I'm saying? Like all types of other craziness you need to do with like a movie or a show or something like that. And anime just you got your animators and stuff like that. And, draw it on out. And you can
Yep.
make them say whatever you want. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like you ain't gotta get an acting coach or whatever like that to be like, no, this character he acts like that. No, you kind of already, you know what I'm saying? The story is already told in itself. You just need a voice actor to come in and yada
Yep.
yada yada.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
See. All right. My turn. So I have this on this list, and even though we have enemies of this, but I'm still putting it on this list because of the fact of like very
Cheating,
specific ones I prefer.
cheating.
Uh,
He cheating on
so jeez. Yeah. So it's basically the Tell series, and I'm only saying specific ones because we already had um Tell Symphonia, Tales of Fantasia, Tales of Zazaria. We have just a few of them. But the one I feel like that should get it should be Tales of Arise, Tales of Exilia, Tales of Bizarria, and Tales of Grace's Ebb. And all four of them are amazing games and amazing stories, especially Bizarria since it's the only one that has nothing but revenge. Because the thing that makes me mad with Bizarria is that the main character from Bizarria pops up in the anime only at certain times, which is stupid. Versus, why don't you just give me the actual full anime of that and call it a day? Vesperia actually has it too, but they actually did the prequel, which is actually a movie was it called? I think it's called The First Look. I think it was. It was like First Look or First Time or something before getting to the actual game. So in reality, you may have to watch the anime, but in reality, you don't have to. You kind of it's just basically a backstory of like how the main character became before he is now. So, which is actually interesting. But I definitely think those are the ones I would definitely put on my list of like checking out. So,
Okay.
Sandstorm, what do you got for number 3?
All right. So before I get into my actual number three, because I want to throw out some honorable mentions here.
Go.
That's not cheating. It's not cheating because they actually they would be good story or good animes, but the stories that are in them don't work the same way because they are video games. And I'll explain why. So the first one is Star Ocean Till the End of Time. This game, if you did not know, no, that must have been your one, huh?
I trust me, I played and I know a good portion of it, and that's actually a good one too.
Yeah, so the whole story of Till the End of Time works so well as an anime of being in the future, but then being brought back into the past, but not really the past. It's like the equivalent of Dragon Ball Z, where each of the universes have their own like average power level
Dimension
of their human or technological level, and Star Ocean. And so you go to a technological age where it's the equivalent of medieval times, but they have like magic and all that other stuff. But anyway, the only reason why this particular show doesn't work if it was to go off of the video game is because at the end of the video game you fight what is like the main villain at the end of the universe, if you would, and it rips a hole into space and they walk out and you find out that the whole thing was a video game. Doesn't really work. That doesn't really work when you're actually watching a show as opposed to playing the show, right? So that's my one. This other one, it could still possibly work. It's just these kind of animes aren't really strong as they were back in the day. Back during the Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Beyblade times. And that is Lost Kingdom. Lost Kingdom is From Software. It's a huge From Software game that Nintendo acquired back in the day. As a matter of fact, I have both of them. Lost Kingdom 1 and Lost Kingdom 2. And they're very, very, very good games. And the premise of the game is like, imagine Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual monsters, but you're not standing on a platform, or you don't have like this deck on your hand. You actually throw the cards out and then they become living, or you use them as weapons depending on what kind of style there are. So there's trap cards, there's weapon cards, and there's summon cards. And so you summon it and a black dragon shows up, it fights, but you have to stay out of the way from getting attacked because that's how you lose or die in the show. So the premise of it is very, very sweet. I think it would work very well. But like I said, once again, card shows in the anime form and the anime world aren't really that prevalent like they used to be. So my next game, my actual, because you said 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, so my last game actually is one that I've talked about before, but is Custom Robo. I think Custom Robo would dominate as an anime. Even now, it's very similar to Beyblade in the sense that each character or whoever kind of builds their own robot that fights in this arena. Um, and it's not one of those they just call it out and the robot does action for them. They're actually like playing. So it's an actual fighter. You remember like the Robot Wars, like back in the day when people had to make these jank like to go in the arena fight each other. It's along the lines of that. And there was a short. I believe there was like an anime short of like what that would kind of look like that Nintendo did way back in the day. But yeah, and I think even in the game, like towards the end of the game, this is why I'm trying to play through it now. The like the special robot, if you would, at the end of the game is like the main villain or whatever, and you can unlock him. But he almost reminds me of like Mewtwo with the cyber, you know, like the sweet looking Mewtwo. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he had like the suit on, the little plate, and then he had the like visor or whatever. It reminds me of that. And so I think overall, I think that would be definitely a good anime to watch.
Dang, your audio just caught up. It's better now. What are you doing now? Whatever you're doing right now, leave it.
I'm not doing anything.
But okay, your video is off, but the audio is clear. That's better. We'll wait on Noto before I get into mine.
Okay.
Sorry, had to wake up. Yes, you woke up.
Little Big 10.
You've been asleep for a while. But so yeah. All right. But yeah, so what you got, Vito?
Alright, so I don't know if I should get this one yet. Yeah, I should get that a little later. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one later. But Stellar Blade.
Sell buns.
Not because of that, but just the fact that remember how we were just like I think you just said what was your last one? Was that
The Tale series. Oh, Zeno.
Zeno. We talking about Zeno? So Stella. Hold on. Let me see my. It might be how I'm just talking into it because I go off to the side and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? I'm talking to Dark Side. Because y'all can hear me, but it's the audio of the actual live that be kind of jacked up. Can you hear me right now? Also, too, I can't really talk that loud either. That's why I gotta turn this up. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going for right now. So what I was saying, Stellar Blade. So it's not the fact that how the graphics look. To be honest, I think they would kind of like downplay how it'll be drawn anyway. You know what I'm saying, and kind of make it a little more acceptable. But the storyline, as I was telling you, Noto, I was like, I've seen some similarities in Xenoblade Chronicles X or Xenoblade. Chronicles X because I had to do some other research on Xenoblade. But Xenoblade Chronicles X, there were some elements that were in Stellar Blade. Now I was like, dang, this stuff take some certain, you know what I'm saying? Or is it just the fact that games with Blade in the name have similar content for some reason? You know what I'm saying? Like it was just very, very like convenient that Stellar Blade, they're mech or they're robots, right? And in Xenoblade, you're a robot. You don't find that out until like that one battle and stuff. Like, oh snap! Like these not our real bodies. Like our bodies is like in a life pod somewhere. Woo-woo. So like even like that aspect is like literally almost the same because in Xenoblade they don't know that they're robots. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't know that they, aren't originally human. You know what I'm saying? They think they're human or something like that when they're really not. And the real humans are actually the people they're fighting because they transformed into, like this xenomorph type creatures and stuff like that. So that aspect is like very similar. There's some other aspects that playing both games, and even though I'm not done with Xenoblade Chronicles X, that's like this will turn out to be a great anime.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the adventure you actually go on, especially with Xenoblade or Stellar Blade. Um, like that adventure you're going on is very anime esque anyway. You know what I mean? And it just gives you that feel that um like when you go to the next like stage or next place or area, it's more like next time on such and such, or you know what I'm saying? Like you feel like there should be like a to be continued type situation. You know what I mean? And Xenoblade or not Xenoblade, Stellar Blade definitely gives you that every time that you know what I'm saying, complete a stage or something. You know what I'm saying? It gives you that like, dang, that could be an episode. That was dope. And since we're doing honorable mentions, I definitely got to honorable mention this because it pretty much kind of was an anime in a sense. Anyway, um, Wrath of Austria.
Okay.
Gotta put that out there. If you play the game, then you know
Yep.
what I'm talking about. So that's definitely an anime, or it could be an anime. They should definitely have made that an anime. You know what I mean? Like it really, that definitely was anime.
Yeah, so right there. Definitely. All right.
Do they have a Wrath of
I don't. I don't know.
Austria?
I don't know. I have to look it up.
To my knowledge, I don't think there is. There, obviously, we have Devil May Cry and there's a Bayonetta anime, but I don't know
That's
about
about it.
Astra.
Yeah. I kind of wish Bayonetta was not moving, just like straight, just episodes.
Hmm.
We have a Street Fighter anime,
Yeah,
don't we?
back in the day, yeah.
We
Yeah.
have a Street Fighter anime, don't we?
Yeah, back in the day.
Okay.
We have like so many different ones. We have the actual TV series, and then we have the movie.
Hmm.
There's a couple of movies.
Mm-hmm.
I know one was, and I think it's the one is Alpha. I think it was where Ryu was actually trying to face Akuma before he goes to the dark side. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I remember that one. Yeah. So my third one, and as much as we actually have so many kind of TV shows and everything for this premises, I still think this one should definitely be an anime. The Secret of Evermore. This one is actually basically about a boy and his dog. Basically, the start of the whole series, or the start of the game, is basically you and your dog go to a movie, or let me phrase this. You basically find out the history of the specific people. They are I'm just gonna say historians. They build this machine that basically goes through a certain time zone in different areas, like the prehistoric times, the Egyptian, different things like that. In the process of it, the boy who you name, whatever name it becomes, you basically go in there and you go with your dog and watch the movie. They see it and everything else, and the dog goes chase after this cat, which basically goes to the house where the historians actually went and actually disappeared. So when you go in there, you basically see the dog tries the cat and everything else to get from the machine that basically sends them to another dimension, and all of a sudden you see the dog transform into different forms. Basically like a prehistoric dog to an Egyptian dog to a robotic dog to a French poodle. You name it. It's like you see them and then they disappear. So then your goal in the game is actually to get into your world, back to the actual timeline in a way. But as the process goes, you kind of go through and you see your dog go through these different transformations when you get to certain areas, and it's not like how Reincarnated, you actually a portal you go through. It's just that once you kind of in one place you go on and you get to another area that's not even in a portal or anything else. It just happens. So I honestly think this could be a great anime because as much as like this is like an old game, this is around the same time. This is Square. This is before Square Enix became Square Enix. This was SquareSoft. So pretty much at that time, you know, they pretty much did, you know, the usual stuff like the losing a guy, Chrono Trigger, different with that. So I honestly think, like, for them to do this game as an anime, I can definitely see the premises of it, the story, because I would like to see how they go about this whole concept of like seeing this dog transform into like these different forms. Like, oh, you're now an Egyptian god. Okay, so there's that. Now you're a French poodle. So how the freak you go from an Egyptian god to a French poodle? Wait, how you go from a French poodle to a robot, like a robot dog with a toaster that's with a freaking with a bazooka come out of your toaster? I'm like, where's this coming from? So I definitely would love to see that anime go into play. And for other matches, I actually said we won on it. I say Illusion of Gaia definitely is something to listen to for the reason being of that is I guess as an anime is just it's very interesting in its own way because of the fact of it's like it has a story, but it's just like it's kind of weird in an entity because it's like you play this one character who literally gets go on this adventure and then he ends up getting powers, and each area he goes is like it's something different happens. So it's kind of hard to explain too because if you have not played it, it's one of those games that's like it's a hit and miss kind of game, but I kind of see a possibility of it. But I haven't played it so long, so it's kind of hard to explain it, like, from my perspective. So. Right. Sandstorm, we got for number 4.
Oh, we were supposed to have more than 3. Okay.
Yep.
Let me think. Yeah. I felt like I had a backup anyway. I just can't think of it right at this particular moment. What would make for a good anime? Soul Calibur would make for a good anime.
Okay.
I don't really think I need to say much on it. But there's so much to go with Soul Edge and Soul Calibur and back and forth and Nightmare and Siegfried. Like everybody gets a hold of the piece. Yeah, so I think it would be cool to see just like kind of like the end piece of an anime version of something like that. I think it would be really cool.
Nice. Yeah, I have to agree with that one. Baby heavy. Baby heavy. So, what you got, Vito?
All right. Black Myth Wukong.
Yes. Yes.
Now the reason why I'm saying that is because, of course, we've first of all, there's a ton of Journey to the West and Wukong animations and animes and stuff like that, but this story, like the game specifically, like everything in the game wise, I feel like could be a very good anime. I mean, when you go with the Monkey King at all, I mean that's always a good anime. But you know what I'm saying, like this particular adaptation, you know what I'm saying, I feel like it would definitely serve as a good anime.
Nice. All right. So, as for me, my fourth one, which is kind of going to be interesting, and I honestly feel like because I say this specific person deserves their own actual game, I feel like this person deserves their own actual anime, and I'm going to say Princess Peach, just by herself.
Fair.
Like I honestly think like I mean you can kind of do the Showtime or you can kind of have her own little adventure or whatever because Showtime was a good game. I'm not gonna lie. it was just having her with the Dry Spirits and they were changing around and different things like that, which was actually pretty cool. So, but to actually have her like her own actual adventure for specific reasons, like that's not I gotta get saved by Mario. Different things like come on, like let's give her a chance to shine for once.
I feel that.
And yeah, so I definitely say Princess Peach. You can kind of do Showtime, or you can do. I forgot the other game. I know she has one for the 3DS. I can't remember the name of it was called for that one. I think it's 3DS or DS. One of the two. I think I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I remember she had. Yeah, but yeah, you can kind of go that route and go from there. So that's why I just kind of see it from there. Sandstorm, what you got for your last one?
Okay, so for my last one, I am going to pick. Actually, for my last one, I'm gonna pick Darksiders.
Okay.
I think as a series, I think it would make for a really good anime, especially when you get to. So like each of them all have their own fighting style and stuff. So it would be really cool to see, a war with his fighting style. You kind of follow him, and then Death is still my favorite because he's actually really fast. So it'd be really cool to see him just popping in and out, just handling business with the scythe. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, out. I think it would make really good, and it kind of the story kind of falls along the lines of how an anime would work. All they just need is just like a lady to go with it, like a lovely lady who's just like, maybe she's a human or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think it would be really good. I think it would be really good.
Okay.
Like a guide, like a human guide, or somebody they say.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like, whoa, why is it always this? One of them.
Yeah, I disagree on that one. It could be an angel though, especially since they're a horse.
I mean,
that's true.
I guess so.
That is true. Yeah. What you got, Vito, for your last one?
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Oh God.
You have to play the game.
Oh, that game. The one I need to get my hands on that I need to look at real quick before buying. I should have known this was gonna come.
But it's a very beautiful game. That's all I can really say about it. Like, without giving it away. That's why I want everybody to play it to see what I'm talking about. But it gives you a nice little feel of like a world of like an apocalypse, but it seems like it's not even a world. You know what I'm saying? Even though it is, and it's in France. It's still like it's rich in story, right? And the story can, like, the way it even starts off, like it makes you feel invested into it like a good anime. You know what I'm saying? Like it just right off the bat just kind of has you like, oh hey, whoa, snap, what's that? Who is that? Why is she? Whoa, snap. You know what I'm saying? Just all these questions that can definitely be a good little basis to a really good anime. You know what I mean? And you go on this journey. Man, y'all gotta play this game, like, honestly, cause like it go down like soon as that opens. Okay, first of all, there's just one little thing I gotta warn y'all. If y'all ever play this game and go to fight inside the city at the beginning of the game, you're going through your little tutorials. And I don't want to give away, but anyway, there's a mine, right?
Yeah.
Mine, and I swear to. At first, he's hard to beat. because you don't know what's really going on, and you got to be like, timing out stuff. You're trying to get timing right and stuff like that. So he gets on your nerves, like this, and you get to face him later on in the game too. But he's actually at the beginning of the game too, where you can oh, there's a big-headed mind over there. Let me see what he's talking about. Next thing you know, he attacks y'all. Like, oh, it's time to fight. This will be such a goofball moment in the anime. It will work perfectly.
Oh god.
Perfectly. So definitely y'all definitely when y'all get a chance, play that game, man. That game is I'm not a turn-based person. I absolutely hate turn-based, and I hate that this is turn-based. And
but you're
it really.
but you're suckered into it.
Not really. It's just it's the combat that's really just that literally if I don't keep going on and stuff like that, I'll stop. I'll stop playing it just because there's an element that I hate of turn-based that I'm just like, okay, you're ruining my experience. You know what I mean? But so far, I've been all right with it. Now I've been, intrigued and like there's other things that spark my interest within the game. Definitely right now is the artwork and the rich in French culture, because I love France. So, like, for me to even see this, and the interesting fact is, like, these developers, they like, I think a few of them, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 15 of them came from
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? And they worked on the Assassin's Creed game. So one element that I think I even said to Sandstorm, or I might have said to you as well, but this game definitely reminds me of like what they were trying to go for when they made Assassin's Creed Unity, as far as like the city of France, and you know what I'm saying, like it being based in France. Like, I think they were trying to go for like the feel of this, like the culture in there, the soundtrack, like even at the beginning, even though it's an apocalypse, you still get a nice sense of French culture. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would definitely love to see that in the anime.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to. I think once I kind of like get like a little glimpse of like gameplay and stuff, I may end up actually buying it. But right now, not yet. Like, I really picked up. I'm waiting for something to come out for Switch, and it's something I want to kind of finish playing. The Tokyo Mirage I want to kind of finish playing because I haven't played that in a while. It's part of like a mixture. It's a mixture between it's like Fire Emblem and Persona How the Child This is pretty much it. That's literally what that is.
Oh, real quick. Oh, just honorable mention, and just hear me out on this one, even though it'll be better at a different situation. Ghost of Tsushima. I really feel like that would be a great anime, or as far as like parts of it. Like if they did some kind of if they had Quentin Tarantino directed, or not directed, but however they did the Kill Bill situation, where parts of it was like animated.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then parts of it was you know what I'm saying? I think like certain things will go like that will translate a lot better, and being an anime, like it's, I think it's one of those, you know what I'm saying, where it just kind of like it'll go back and forth from an anime to a live action or something like that. But as far as like an anime, it'll definitely go ahead. Can't talk about the new one.
Yeah, we definitely don't know nothing about that yet.
But definitely the first genre, yeah.
All right. So for my last one, and I'm sticking to this like it's no tomorrow. Pause. Chrono Trigger. Hands down, by default. Words cannot describe it. Chrono Trigger definitely, by default, definitely remains anime. You have everything set in stone. You have all, especially with the one that they upgraded to either PS5 and Steam and everything. They still have anime, like certain things in anime form now. Like if you guys do that, I mean, you pretty much have the premises. You pretty much know what to do. You already have the model. You know what to do. So, and the story is very not that hard to do. So I personally would say Chrono Trigger definitely on my list of animes or video games that need to be animated, and it needs to be done like ASAP now.
Hey, I'm real disappointed in
What?
both of y'all. Like, I'm baffled. I could have, and I purposely left this off of my list. Not as an honorable mention. I thought this was gonna be like a number one, but I literally thought y'all were gonna say it because it's a no-brainer. Zelda. How did y'all not?
I didn't pick Zelda because I thought it was too easy of a pick. That's why I didn't want it.
Exactly, but still, that we need that. We need that Zelda anime. Like honestly, that out of all of the games we talking about here, Zelda would definitely be probably one of the best anime.
But we already knew it was gonna be. We knew that instantly.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't.
The only reason,
but still,
yeah.
But the reason why I'm disappointed because I'm like, we got to be hyping up this Switch 2 come out, guys. You know,
I figured you would have put it actually as your number one on your
definitely
list.
I was waiting on the Nintendo guys to do it, man. I know
I
you're
mean,
gonna say it.
or it could have been Metroid. Could have been Metroid.
Yeah, I would have actually picked
who?
Metroid before I picked Zelda, thinking that one of y'all was gonna pick Zelda, because Metroid does not play.
I think Metroid would be. I think Metroid is better as a live.
Way too much stuff that Samus has to do. As it would require a lot of AI green
morph into the ball stuff.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, honestly, I think both of them will be respectfully. You talking about sci-fi and fantasy, so you know what I'm saying. Respectfully, they'll be in their own lanes. You know what I'm saying? In anime. So they both would definitely be like some great animes and stuff like that. Just respectfully in their own little situations. But I thought y'all were going that way, especially when Dark Sun said Fire Emblem. I was like,
that's why I didn't pick Fire Emblem either, because
okay,
Three Houses is literally an anime.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I was I actually changed one of mine. From that Stellar Blade, I was actually going to say Dynasty Warriors, which is but definitely when Dark Sun said Fire Emblem, I thought about Three Houses and stuff, and I played what was that Muso game that was Fire Emblem? I think
Fire Emblem Warriors.
Was it? No, it was called something else.
That's the only Fire Emblem.
But it was
I can remember. It's Fire Emblem Warriors.
It wasn't Warriors though. It wasn't called Warriors though. It was something else. Cause I had it for a minute, or I was playing like the demo.
What was it
called? Fire Emblem.
Wait, which one?
He said it's a Muso game that was Fire Emblem, but the only one I know of is Fire Emblem Warriors.
Or Brave Prince of Musashi.
Okay, Three Hopes. Three Hopes.
Oh, Three Hopes.
Okay.
So it's the one after Three Houses.
Yeah. So basically, you know what I'm saying? I would have definitely put a Dynasty Warrior in there too. But I just changed it at the last minute to that Stella, because Stella was like, especially when you said Xenoblade, like Stella, like Sandstorm. When you play Stella, like, trust me, tell me, is there not similarities where it's like Stella they had to take some inspiration. You know what I'm saying? It's way too similar. Like even the opening scene when Elma opened up the little hatch where you was at because y'all crashed or whatever, and you come out the pod and stuff. Tell me they ain't the same opening scene from Xenoblade.
Okay.
Like it's crazy.
So, yeah, but like I said, I stick with that. But, like I said, but even though like Zelda is the most obvious thing to do, honestly. So I mean, and also Metroid is also. But I mean, you have to think about it, like which Metroid we're gonna go with if you're actually gonna do Metroid.
I'll say all of them. All of them.
Ooh, I mean, all of them really can't work. M would other M would probably be the best one because it's you can already see the vision in the third person piece of it. But yeah, overall, yeah, all of them would work. You can even
And actually,
you can
all
even
the Zeldas will work.
I
It's just trying
was
to. Go ahead.
gonna say you can even create the the origin story, like all the way origin story for it as well, um, which I think would work really well.
You said
Yeah, the origin story for Metroid.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. And I was gonna say, all the Zeldas will actually go good as an anime. It's just the fact that, like, I think separating them, or in their respectful chronicle order of how they really look or whatever like that, like that would be the thing. And I think it will be like two separate, you know, animes or something like that. But definitely all of them can be anime. Hey, real quick though, didn't they have a not an anime per se, but like a cartoon
Yeah,
of
Yes.
Zelda
that's
back
where
in the day?
back
the
in
very
the
popular line of "Excuse me, princess" came from.
yeah, exactly. Definitely remember that. That was around like the early '90s, late '80s. I think.
That's when
Hey, you know what we should do?
that's when
Oh, go ahead.
like Nintendo was like really trying to branch out all of their like major franchises.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you had the Mario Brothers as one. You had Zelda as another one. You had Kirby as one. You had Donkey Kong as one.
Yep, Kirby. I remember
So
Kirby. I don't remember
yeah,
Donkey
so
Kong.
yeah, they were trying to like pimp all their stuff out as cartoons.
They was
Yeah.
really all of them then.
No.
Did they have a Yoshi one?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Yoshi,
Hmm.
that would have been.
I mean,
Oh snap!
Yoshi's
I think-
Island. Yoshi's
Oh,
Island.
yeah. So
It could work.
You know what? Yeah, definitely could work. Yoshi Island. Have a baby Mario.
They could, to be honest with you, one that's like probably that's under the table, if you would. And I only say this because there's a few animes that do this now, but Punch Out would have been a good one as well too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I forgot about Punch Out.
Punch Out.
Yeah.
Yep.
You said Punch Out.
Um,
Yeah, I can see that.
especially with Hajime no Ippo already being one, or yeah,
Yeah, that would.
yeah, would definitely play well for that style of anime.
Dope,
Yeah,
dope.
definitely. So, but other than that, guys,
Y'all don't think Mario would have been good? Anime?
I mean,
I mean,
we
it
just, we just,
It
I
depends
mean,
on how
we
you do
just
it.
got the Mario, we just got the Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, but it really
Yeah,
depends on
yeah, that's the only
I
way.
can see it being more like being like a comedy type situation, more like mm, it, it would literally kind of have to be like a Sonic
Yeah, it would have to be. No ifs, ands, or buts.
balance of comedy and like you just said the movie kind of balance of that, but I think a cartoon like a
Or newer version of it.
more safer. Yeah, be a lot more safer.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we already had the old classic one.
You mean
Like,
you mean like cartoon over anime?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I can see that too.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that too.
Yeah, definitely. So.
Yeah. Cause like Sonic, he has an anime and he has a cartoon.
Yeah.
Cartoon,
Yeah.
cartoon. Like it's weird, and he has to like 3
Yeah,
cartoons.
it's the Sonic Boom, and there was something else I can't remember. Yeah,
Sonic
Prime.
Prime.
There you go. Yeah, I've seen X. I'm kind of trying to work on that one. I'm trying to work on X.
I'm trying. I don't know why I can't.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm trying to watch X, and it's like I barely got through like 3 episodes. And I'm like, okay, like, and then Boom and Prime's like Boom. I think I watched like one, like barely like half of it, and I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. And then Prime I never touched. But then I heard like,
what's funny is I got Shadow Prime as my profile picture on Netflix, but I've never watched a single Prime.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those series like, you know, it's hard to like to watch sometimes. I mean, Sonic is a great character and everything else. I feel like this is me just kind of reaching here a little bit here. But I feel like because of the fact that like we got Shadow in the picture now, it's like everybody's more focused on Shadow than Sonic. But again, but still people like Sonic as well. But when you have a new character that's very easy, that's the complete opposite of Sonic, it's like it's more appealing.
No, agreed.
I was just about to say like basically Sonic is more like he fits more and better in a more of a cartoon setting. So X is kind of like hit and miss because it's
Yeah.
serious, and that seems as if it should be a Shadow show more than a Sonic show because Sonic is the one that's being goofy. We know Shadow is being like serious. So if you're gonna do a X like that, you need to go ahead and have Shadow as that. You know what I'm saying? Like a Shadow X
Yeah.
or something. You know what I'm saying? Like have that focused on him because it's more serious than because like I think I was at a storyline where Tails it was like a future Tails that was like
Yeah.
evil and like he was like pretty much like a Tony Stark and like he was the villain and you really couldn't get rid of him and he got rid of like Eggman and like I'm like this is deep but it's like Sonic though. I want you to kind of crack out a joke talking about you about to eat some chili dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know how really like this is like this is more like a Shadow type show. You know what I'm saying? Like you just need a little more darker. Even though there are games where Sonic does get more serious and darker and all
Yeah.
that other stuff, but you know,
I think it just depends.
we still love him as the
Yep.
goofy.
Exactly. Yeah. But other than that, guys, if you guys actually had any lists of anime or video games that you wish to see animes, please leave a comment down below. I'll actually have the time set for that with Zor, but we do got some trailers to get into. I have a total of 5 trailers with a teaser, actually. So let's get into them and check them out. Let's see. Yeah, 1 second. So, I mean, all right, you guys hear that? I'll turn this up a little bit. So the first trailer we got right now is second season to Call the Night. So here we go.
何しろ1年ルール
All right, so what do you guys think of that one? All right.
I don't know.
I mean, we got anything?
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting.
The crazy thing is the soundtrack was
Yeah, whatever that.
Yeah, my head twitched. Look, my head turned from like, wait, hold on, what's this sound? What's this beat in the background? Hold up, what's going on here?
Yeah, that boy
I was like, okay.
was knocking a little bit.
So- Yeah. So not to give you a premise of like the series because I have not watched season 1, but I can tell you this: that our good friends Creepy Nuts Paws actually did the ending song for this series for the first season of Call the Night. So
Okay.
I would not be surprised if they actually do the second season.
Interesting.
Besides this guy here. Having fun there, buddy? So yeah. Sandstorm, what do you think of it, man?
I mean, like my sentiments are the same as Vito's. Yeah. It looks interesting. It looks all right. The dopest part of the whole thing was the beat going in at the end. Like, oh, snap! Wait a minute, what's going on over here? What they talking about? That boy was not. So, but yeah. I'd like to see more from it before I call.
All right. Yeah. So, Via, you already said yours already? All right. So, as for me, I need to watch season 1 because I kind of had put this on the back burner. I'm not saying that I didn't like it. It's just that I think at the time we had other animes came in. I can remember what it was. I think it was like Slime and other stuff came in. I was like, I want to check this out. But I was like, so I kind of have those put on the back burner at the moment. So, but I don't know. Now that we got a season 2 coming, and I'm curious about this beat and everything else as well. Yeah, I'm definitely going to kind of play some catch up right now. So, but if you guys definitely want to check out season 1, called The Night, definitely if you got High Dive, check it out. It's actually out already, all episodes. Season 2, I have no idea when it's going out yet. So this is one of those announcements. So this is actually, I was kind of surprised we're getting season 2. So yeah. But now on to the next trailer we have here. We have. Hey, stop doing that. I'm doing you, Vito. These trailers are so. Okay, Sword of the Demon Hunter is basically what it's called. Here we go.
江戸時代山あいの集落角野
こたびの鬼切り役大義でした。
見こもりとしてなすべきをなしたまででございます。
兄ちゃんおはよう。おかえりなさい。
ただいま。
仲睦まじい兄弟密かに思いを寄せる二人三人の運命の歯車が重なり狂う。
こんな女いなくなればいいのにね。
兄ちゃんはね、鈴のすべてだから。
俺強くなる。どんな鬼でも倒せるようになる。
私、ジンタが好きだよ。
このお姫様は悪い女なの。
鈴ちゃん、鬼の話なんて聞いちゃダメ。
守るべきと誓ったもの、それに守るだけの価値がなくなった時、お前は何に切っ先を向ける？
ねえ姫様、死んで。
人よ、なぜ刀を振るう？
止めのない思いのままで歩き出した目の中で忘れないでと泣きそうそれらまで
俺は何もできなかった。何一つ守れなかった。
170年後に現れる鬼神。
けじめはつけねばならぬでしょう。
時代を超えた復讐劇。
君と会った場所で
鬼神幻冬賞。
今一度己を磨き直し、いずれこの地に降り立つであろう鬼神を討つために。
Alright. So you guys think of that one?
It ain't a proper title without somebody screaming, or a proper trailer without somebody screaming. Yeah! Yeah, no,
he agrees.
it looks good. It looks like something up my alley, so I'll definitely keep eyes out for this one for sure.
Yeah. All right. What you got, Vito?
Very interesting art style.
Yeah, I actually noticed that too.
I was peeping that out. It almost looked retro in a sense. But definitely, man, I might check it out. I don't want to say this sold me. Some stuff be like my stuff, but some stuff don't. I don't. When it comes to animes, trailers don't really please me. It got to be maybe like our boy ID showing like a fight scene and him like narrating something that'll have me like more like invested or let me check this out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody's kind of showing me a fight scene or a certain scene that's like, oh snap, like that was crazy. But you know, like this right here, and like I probably need to see more, but definitely no, it does look interesting though. I did peep out a couple. So
Yeah. So besides Funny Baby here,
What just
I don't
happened?
know. He having a field day playing with this baller right now.
No, I'm talking about something happened to my my mic
I
and
hear
all
you.
that. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Yeah, something like happened to my mic and
Oh
my
wow. Yeah.
video.
What the heck?
Like it went out. Did
Yeah, I
it
can see you.
leave?
Okay, now you're starting to pick up. You're like stop for a second, then now
Okay.
it's starting to pick up. So good.
Yeah, I don't know if that was my Wi-Fi or what.
I have no clue on that one.
Yeah, it looks like I'm still connected. So hey, we
Yeah,
still pumping.
I know. Yeah, I think. Wonder if I have a storm or something coming soon or something. I don't know. Can't remember. I don't look again.
Probably.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. As far as this trailer, yeah, I agree with you, Vito, that it does have that retro feel, and that's usually one of those things I kind of like the most with certain animes. Is that even though we have like newer animes and new art styles and everything else, retro is always still the better way to go because it feels like you can tell a story, especially certain animes with a good story with retro. So I definitely will keep an eye on this one because it looks interesting and definitely see where it goes from there. Now, on to the next trailer we have, which is actually a teaser, and this is actually something I'm really anticipate this one, and I'm happy we got the announcement for this. So let's pause this quick. So, for any of you guys who've never seen this anime, I definitely 100% recommend because I thought this was going to be something I didn't expect. But this is actually a lot of like psychological thinking has to go into play in this. So for you guys have never seen this, Classroom of the Elite is back up and running. We're going into season 4 and things are about to get very hectic. So I definitely recommend people check this out when you get a chance. But we do have a teaser of this anime. So let's check it out. So I won't. I'll explain a little more to this, so make it easier. It was only a teaser, so that's always. I'll explain. So like I said, for anybody who has not seen the series, it's actually a really good series. This is gonna be taking place what happened in season 3. The background of it. You know, in front of everybody. The background actually shows us the main character you saw at the very beginning. Aina Koji. He is now basically is getting a whole new team. So for you guys don't know, the premise of the story is basically class. There's like certain levels of class A to class D. Class D is at the lowest. You're giving a certain amount of credits, and at certain time frames, like certain tests or events, there are always challenges. And certain challenges you have to actually pass these challenges, or you either kick out of the school or actually die. So more likely, it's really more psychological situations you have to think of. So it's very cunning, and the main character is very cunning in his own way. So we're in season 3 now. It got more crazier because you're starting to find more and more about his background and his story because he's special in his own way. But I totally recommend people check out this anime. It's very good. I'm not gonna lie. So it's art, but seasons 1 through 3 are out on Crunchyroll, so definitely check it out. I think not High Dive, but I'm trying to think. Who I think has it as well. So definitely check it out if you ever get a chance. So, but I just wanted to show this teaser. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of the next trailer. We've been waiting for this season more than anything. Here we go. The Rise of the Shield Hero Season 4. Finally. Let's do it.
ラフタリアの両親の祖国クテンローがラフタリアを暗殺するため刺客を俺の領地に送り込んできた。俺はそのふざけた国と話をつけるためまずは唯一の連絡船が出ているというシルトベルトに向かっている。
盾の勇者様、よくぞこのシルトベルトにご帰還遊ばされました。
さながら大名行列だな。
直神ちゃんってやっぱり勇者なのね。
これより先に従者は参れません。盾の勇者様は誤解をなさっているようですね。
何？
本当に行かせたのか、あのシルトベルトへ。
シルトベルトはあいつらの生まれ故郷でもあるからな。
どちらかを取ればモードテラカと敵対することになりそうですね。もはや我慢も限界ですわ。
お父さんのため。
彼はお父上の死に関わっている可能性があります。
この力があれば盾の勇者など必要ない。
何もかもぶち壊すつもりか。ラフタリア、ヒーロー、タリア。
はいはい、ヒーローの出番。
Oh, that's it. All right. So, what do you guys think of that one?
I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for Shiro Hero. I've been keeping up with it, so looking forward to the next season and then keep moving forward with the sword.
Haven't watched Shield Hero, so I would need to catch up.
Oh yeah, season 1 is going to be very interesting, especially when it gets to certain parts, especially a certain person.
Yeah, it's a very
it's a
very good show. Very good show.
It is very, very good show. Definitely, it's well worth it. I definitely am excited for this one more than anything. Right, buddy?
What? What'd you say?
Who, Bean or me? Yeah.
Talking to Bean. You know what I'm talking to.
Besides that,
What'd you say?
What you say to me? Huh?
Man.
What'd you say? Oh, okay.
What you say?
I got you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. That's what you talking about. Oh, I got you.
So we got 2 more trailers left on the list. So let's get into these last 2. So this is also season 2 of another anime I am actually anticipating as well, because this one when I seen this, I literally was like, what just happened? So this one is basically, I just basically call it the 7th Prince, but it's basically called I Was Reincarnated as the 7th Prince, season 2.
見えてるか？そうしてますぜ、神聖魔術。2年ぶりの教会だな。
精一杯精進するように。
はい。やめてください。サリアは私の友達です。ロイド、お姉ちゃんたちの演奏、しっかり見ておきなさい。
人々を癒し神すら魅了するというイーシャとサリア姉さんの演奏、すごいな。
図が高いぞ人間。我が名は天使ジリエル。今さら後悔しても慈悲はないぞ。
これが神聖魔術、その強度どれほどか試したいねえ。
イーシャタン、サリアタン。
私を心配してくれたんか？僕も何かロイドのお役に立ちたい。デートもしたい。私を呼んだということは何か振ってほしいものがあるのかと。
お迷いですかな。さあこちらへ。
そんなことどうでもいい。俺は神聖魔術が知りたいだけなんだ。
進化するぞ、凄まじい速度で。
俺もまだまだだな。転生したら第7王子だったので気ままに魔術を極めます。第2期。
王子、第7王子、なんという楽園。本当についてきてよかったよ。
Oh god. Looks like another familiar. Alright, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
It is. It is. That's why I'm very excited for it, because not only that it's funny, but that little kid is beyond the level of like he's beyond powerful. Like he has a thirst for magic, a thirst for knowledge. Can I take that? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he has a thirst for knowledge. Another term is magic. So whenever he learns magic, he takes it to the fullest extent and just make his own and just becomes more powerful than ever. And season 1, literally half the characters were like, "What just happened?" Like that, but it has, like through the whole series, it's funny, but it has its serious moments, but it still has that funny element in the process of it. So definitely check it out. Season 1's out. It's been out during, I think it came out last year, I believe. So it's been out for almost about a year. So we just had the announcement and got a trailer. So I'm actually happy for this. I'm just surprised to see some new characters, and I'm like, all right, another familiar. So I wonder how this duck's gonna look and be. So yeah. So other than that, on to our final trailer. And I know everybody's been waiting for this one. So we finally have a full trailer of this one, finally. So it's Dandadan. We got season 2 up.
手に入れたでのこの体人間は皆殺しじゃ言ったはずだぜてめえは許さねえってよおい考えろやられるぞ喜べ初めに死ぬのは貴様じゃ本気出すぜ
マジかよどうやって戻るんだよこれ早くここから脱出しないとやばいですよ
それじゃあ祭りを始めようか
そいつの目を見るんじゃねえ
この恨みは決して晴れここまでじゃ
Good Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Alright. Alright, what do you guys think of that one?
I'm all for it. You already know what the dealie is.
Oh, man. Bill?
Haven't watched it yet, so
Man.
I would need to catch up before I even can get excited about it. But it's interesting.
Like I said, creepy nuts at it again. Calls.
Yeah, excited for that.
I'm hoping that background music is that too creepy nuts calls.
I think it will be. I think it will be.
I think so too.
Sign on for life.
Exactly.
He can't go nowhere.
But alright, now guys, that is all the trailers we have for today. I hope you guys like everything. If you find any of these trailers you like, definitely leave a comment down below. And other than that, we gotta sign out and everything else. Sandstorm, what you got, my friend?
So tomorrow, Stormcast at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. We will be talking about a couple of interesting pieces as tariffs are in full effect, and people are blaming the wrong people. As well, we've gotten some backtracking from Digital Foundry that we're also going to talk about. That is very interesting. So we'll pull up side-by-side videos of them doing the greatest. But Sunday, we have the Winging It podcast. I will not be there. My family is having a special May the 4th be with you, as well as Cinco de Mayo. I'm gonna show you guys this. Give me 2 seconds. After I do my spiel. But Monday is also the Joe podcast, which we will be talking about as well. More Nintendo related and gaming related stuff, which is at 7 o'clock as well. But I'm gonna show you guys my Cinco and May the 4th be with you stuff because it's dope. But yeah, that's all I got so far.
I feel like I need to clip this. I have to keep that in mind. Vito, what you got, my friend?
Every Friday, Vitoverse, and we will figure out a day for the Vito variants. Still have not came out that first video yet, due to scheduling issues. So we'll figure that out.
All right. And you know me, every Friday we have. Oh, he's back. So every Friday we have Noonami. So there it is, the Seek of the March. Yo.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So for Cinco de Mayo and May the 4th.
Hey,
shout out
works out.
For Jess for making that happen. That's what's up.
That's what's up. Yeah. So all right. So the Nami again every Friday, other Friday. The Nami's up. I don't have a name for it right now. Game wise, I haven't forgotten anything on that. I will actually now finally have something to work on, some timestamps and everything else. So I'm going to be experimenting with this program, which I actually did it for one of the videos, which was on our episode 11. That has all the timestamps of everything we've done, the topics and trailers and everything else. So if everything works out, I will actually continue just doing the program and go from there. So until then, yeah. And he's just saying hi and bye. Until then, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.
Peace.